Okay, so I left off discussing the symptoms that MacGowan displayed as far as his abuse and dependence problems with drugs and alcohol. As far as his treatment went, he, in his book, uh, said himself that he did not enjoy any type of the formal regulated treatment therapies that are popular today. Um, he preferred the self-therapy method. In his book, he said partially it was because of his aversion to authority. He routinely did not get along with anybody, any type of authority figure. So he obviously did not like the doctors, the nurses, the institutionalized form of therapy. Uh, he prefers his self-therapy method, which pretty much consists of quitting cold turkey and inoculating himself from the temptation to imbibe of any type of alcohol or drug use. What he would do is he would routinely go to a friend's um, place, like a fellow musician's, and he would sequester himself at their estate and stay there until he felt he was sober enough and could once again go out in public without wanting to use any type of drug or alcohol. Um, the other type of therapies that are available to aid people with substance abuse problems are the aversion therapy, which is part of the behavioral model, and that is where they try to get people to see um, their drug use as not bad but revolting. They try to tie it to other images such as being physically sick or those sorts of things to try to make them not want to use it. There's the biological models of drug therapy, detoxification processes, and MacGowan went through these when he was 17, and he also tried the drug therapy later on in the detoxification for his heroin use. But he didn't prefer them. He preferred just quitting on his own, doing it on his own accord. He didn't like the way the drugs make him felt. Like he just didn't prefer it. Some people use these a lot. It's very common for heroin addiction to use a methadone replacement therapy in order to help people not have the withdrawal symptoms that are associated with heroin addiction. The other form of therapy is self-control training or relapse prevention. That's part of the cognitive approach, and in these, the therapist will help the individual log their emotions, the time of when they're drinking, what the social event is, and all those sorts of things to help them see their behavior patterns, and then try to manipulate it to where uh, they can drink within moderation or at the appropriate time, those sorts of things. And the relapse prevention training is very similar to that. So, moving on to the prognosis for Shane MacGowan, I don't think he's going to quit using substances anytime soon. He's now 52 years old and he's still using alcohol. The book was written in 2001, so as far as recent updates go, I'm not quite sure where he is. But in his book, he claims he doesn't see any point in stopping his alcohol use. He did stop his heroin, LSD, and cocaine use, thanks to friends and family members helping him out with that, and his own maturity. He realized that it was really impeding upon his career and his relationships and those sorts of things. In his book, he claimed that he still occasionally used marijuana. It was nothing to the extent of as of when he was a teenager. Once again, I kind of attribute that to his maturity level, realizing that it interfered with his social life and work life. I do believe that he'll remain addicted to alcohol, and he also constantly smokes cigarettes, which was evidenced in the book. I think he'll still do these despite knowing the future health problems that it will cause him. It just seems like there are things that are too ingrained for him to be able to get over, and in his book he sees it as the lesser of the evils. They're things that he may be addicted to, but they don't cause nearly as much problems as his heroin addiction did. Another sign of his maturity is that he has recently decided that he wanted to get his teeth fixed from all the years of foregoing the typical hygiene routine due to his preoccupation with drugs. His teeth became pretty bad, so I think that wanting to fix his teeth shows another sign of maturity, his desire for self-improvement and really trying to better himself. As far as the prognosis for other people with substance abuse, I think as long as they have the right frame of mind and the desire to help themselves along with the appropriate therapy, they can definitely overcome their problems. And that's about it for this presentation. Thank you very much.